Hey, how's it going? Today I have started stripping everything from this industrial zone. Everything's been picked up, mostly everything. And right now I'm just shuffling it up here. And I've moved the market from here. This one, I think. I actually can't remember where it was. And now everything's going abandoned. And my plan was to actually pause the game. But I started letting it run, so I guess that's a problem. This zone here for undesirable is around the barn, and the barn's going in here. This red circle should leave pretty quickly. All these things kind of they're moving, just not very fast. We've got a rat catcher going in here, which there must have been two really close here because I grabbed one from down by this Fletcher. And now this market zone is pretty close to the water. I'm going to start moving houses in around there. And for now, I'll get this road. I think I'll just go straight across here. Yeah. And I've moved in here a weaver and a potter. Got a cobbler's shop. I can't remember what this is. Tannery. I think the tannery is not desirable, so that might have to be moved. And then I've got a flagpole and some plazas just to kind of help with this nice curved road. It'll make it feel like a little corner plaza. And then I think I'll fill in some trees around the coast, so I'll keep working on getting all these houses moved. So as you can see, a lot of them are either abandoned, they've got rats, they're going into disrepair. But the healer's house, which is a hospital, and the theatre, they'll get moved over into this zone as well. But I think I'll just try and get the houses placed down first because I'm pretty sure they're the only thing that generate tax. I want to try and cluster them as closely as possible around this market, and I want to try and use cobblestone roads. And I might actually go back and go to my old methods of using these gardens and parks scattered around. But now that I have tier 3 available, I can probably use things like the flower urn, things that have a smaller footprint to get a big desirability boost, because medium garden, right, it's a 2x2. But on here, it's only looks like it's got one triangle's worth of desirability bonus, where the flower urn and the small statue also do that. It's only really the large statue, large park. They're the only things that give a 2-arrow desirability bonus. Yeah, so we'll be a bit more strategic about how I place the gardens and decorations. Well, let me give you a lesson in why you should never move your town after you've built it. So I've pretty much cleaned up this industrial stuff. I've moved half of it. Most of the like brickwork, ironworks, gold, anything that's kind of metal or brick related is over here. So brickyard, 2 blacksmiths, foundry, and the charcoal kilns, and there's also a stockyard going in here. The other things are like candlestick maker, glass maker, soap shop, kind of what I would consider maybe more like artisan stuff. So I don't really want to clump it in with this more metalwork things. Like I want to try and have some kind of definition there. What the real problem has been, I moved a lot of these houses, like I relocated them. And what that meant was that this zone was just not desirable enough because it had nothing there basically. And it's so close to this big red blob, it was really leaking in over here. So I had to destroy pretty much every building that I moved and rebuild them as shelters again. Now, a lot of them have upgraded to homesteads, but then they do this. And they go back into the not desirable system again. Like, it's doing that thing where they become desirable, they upgrade, and then they're suddenly not desirable and they downgrade and everyone abandons. I've tried to keep some of the same kind of building structure I had out here before. So the fisherman's shack, the basket weaver, and the Fletcher are still here. And they're still kind of operating in this little front area. I moved a baker to try and boost the desirability. And there is a lot of like parks and things going in around the place, but I'm not doing so well on the gold. Because a lot of this is either it's abandoned or I'm moving stuff too far away from it and it can't kind of deal with what's going on. And so because I've been out of gold for a while, the raiders have just been able to get in because I can't fend myself. I've got not enough gold to fund all my watchtowers and my army, so there's not really anything I can do about these raiders at the moment. I might be able to bring some people into the town center and use it as some kind of post. I think the raiders are leaving now though, which is weird. They were at it for quite a while and they destroyed a lot of stuff, and I'm not sure I should actually rebuild a lot of these things. They're all warehouses, and that probably means I've lost a lot of whatever was in them. That's just kind of how it goes, it seems. If you start moving stuff around, you're kind of got to get into a situation where the raids are too big for you to handle and you don't have enough gold to do anything about it. Hopefully I can get maybe another one of these markets moved over here. Once I get this stuff moved, I'll be able to place more houses in the top of this market, and then I can place the next market somewhere nearby and continue expanding, as long as I maybe push it up a little bit. Avoid this little red bit down here where it's undesirable. Those raiders didn't really get too much, just a lot of arrows, but they did destroy and kill a lot. So I'll get back to it, keep moving these things around. I'm doing more of a grid kind of layout. It's not as wiggly as I would like it, I guess, the roads. But it is, I think this is preferable to have all these road bonuses over having all the plazas, because coming through here and like, it looks nice, but you can see where every plaza starts and stops. There's a line going across. And then if I want to move these plazas, it's kind of a hassle to come and salvage each one. Whereas a road, you can just delete it. So still holding out that they add an upgradable road into red bricks. All this is condemned and needs to be moved. You know, the best thing about plazas, putting plazas down everywhere, is that you can reclaim some gold. I've never seen raiders attack a plaza, because I guess it counts as the ground. So yeah, if you need to store a lot of gold somewhere and not have it be destroyable or stealable, just make a bunch of plazas and then come along and rip them up later. You're only getting half the gold back, I guess. But so far it's been pretty good actually. I can get a bit of a buff in gold just from coming through and destroying a couple of these plazas. I'll go and have a look once I get through here at what I was doing. I think I've successfully moved all of my undesirable industry buildings. Plonked them all down here around this little pond, which has in turn probably made the runoff in this pond absolutely disgusting. If that were a factor, all these fish would just be dead and poison, not good. So what have we got? I've got a brickyard, planted some trees and given it its own little path. Put down some crates so it looks like they're putting things out there. And then we've got 3 blacksmiths. So these are the ones, each one's making a tools, weapons and heavy tools. And they're all operational now, I think. I'm extremely lucky, I think. I kind of think I planned this a little bit. I had 20 heavy tools inside my trading center. I can't remember if I put them there on purpose, but I definitely left them there. And I think it was in case something happened. So I had no more heavy tools in stock. I quickly pulled out all 20 of those, went straight into the foundry and started making iron because that mine up on the hill is producing a lot of ore. So now we can be producing iron bars, which means all these forges, they're not like working at their peak efficiency. I probably need to get some more foundries, but they're all working. The kilns are working. This here I think is a candle shop. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I had thought maybe I could put it in its own little fenced off thing, or I might need to move these ones, the candle shop and the soap shop, over to this side of the pond. I don't want to destroy these herbs though. So I was thinking I could put a forager on here since there's some willow and things around here. The town's still expanding a little bit, like the new villagey area. Let's clear that. I put the theatre over here. It kind of just fit nicely onto this funny bit of road. And obviously desirability is pretty bad, especially on that side of the town, or the housing area. So I was hoping that that could boost that side. And I've put one of these big statues in here to get the double arrow desirability increase. But right now I need to move the glass maker, which it should be going, I don't know. I think we're just low on iron, so I can't move that. And the fort, which I should probably keep it. I don't know where to put it, but I can't stay there though. What I could do over this side is do something like what I have here. Let me get over here. I don't necessarily need a work camp or a temporary shelter on the other side, but I could do a walled off area and put the fort inside of that and just use the fort as kind of an arrow towery thing, like a watchtower, just shooting arrows. But I think if I take the guards out of it, then it can't shoot arrows, and that's kind of defeats the purpose of that. The only other thing we've got here is a firewood splitter and a smoker, I think. A smokehouse. I should probably build more of these. They reduce desirability, so it's probably not the best thing to have a lot of. What I did over here, I moved some more of the kind of factory buildings. The brewery didn't do any negative impacts. And the cobbler, or the cooper, I did put a cobbler over here as well, I think. Pottery building? Oh, I didn't. No, that's it there. Cobbler shop. So all these shops are like, they manufacture things, but they don't affect the desirability. And then I've got a bunch of trees going in here. And what I want to do is connect this road up, maybe go through a bit of a forest, and connect it up over to here. If I can, I'd like to put some bushes down in here and plant some trees and grow it up. And then this barn, I can just move a bit further down that way. I also moved some blueberry bushes down into here, so this forager will have more things to collect. And if I find more blueberry bushes, I'll make sure to put them in the circle, and I'll plant some trees to kind of forest off this side of that road. Otherwise it seems like things have started to stabilize. my economy's not totally gone to crap. I haven't checked up here yet, but I guess it looks like I need to pull out all these houses as well. The big thing that's stopping me right now is relocating this fort. So I'll just move it somewhere. I don't care because it's not going to be the final position. I just need to move these things out of the way so that I can see the rest of the zone around the market. And so that's 3 houses here that I need to probably move up, but then I might need to put another market up here. I don't know if putting it here is a good idea, just because of where this stuff is. It might be better to move this arborist, put some trees through here to separate it. Smokehouse probably needs to be moved as well, so I'll just move that anywhere. And then the firewood splitter, I'll move it over with the other ones. I've built a little, I guess like a firewood splitting camp of some kind over here. I might put this one facing that way. This seems to be working out alright. There must be a lot of firewood in here. There's not, so I don't know where that's all going. These granaries, I had to get rid of the windmills. The granaries don't have anything in them. Well, that one does. This has got some stuff in it. What I'll do then, I think, it's not much grain, and all these ones here probably just need to go away. And if you think, all the grain is over here being produced in these fields. So I should pick a spot over here and place down those granaries in a cluster maybe. Or I could put one granary like inside the field. Each field could have its own granary. That could be kind of interesting. Let's have a look. If I relocate the building, can I put it? No, cannot put in the field. No, I could put them along here. They're probably better in this spot though, because this is kind of more central. Wherever I put them, I have to put down rat catchers, so I should also consider putting down a root cellar and a warehouse. If I just place this road and let it kind of do its own thing to get the curve placed. Be good if I could just do a max sized road all the way over to here. So this corner could just be granaries and root cellars and things, and then have a rat catcher placed on it. I haven't seen any raiders coming from this direction in a while, so I'm taking a bit of a risk here. I'm moving these watchtowers off that wall. I think having placed this wall has kind of separated the map, so that I think the game sort of treats it like I own this side of the map now. So I've got a watchtower going in here, and it should be okay to put the other one. I don't need to go right down to the water. Could even be up here. No, it needs to be along here somewhere. Probably... That's probably going to get me the best coverage. This will be the same situation as the other ones, where it's outside with no gate access. This one I could do a bit of that though. Put the gate in there. And this other one, I might need to wait for it or cut some trees down, but I think it's going right on the edge. So I could put the gate, one of these 2 positions, probably there. And then this would be out like this. And I'll have to put some squiggly paths through to connect those up. They can probably meet in the middle somewhere. I might be able to do that now, because I know where both of them are, and there's a gate. Where is the gate? That's weird. The gate is over one of those collection points. So I'll squiggle the road probably to there, and then build the rest of it out straight. And then this one, I'll bring it straight in first, and then I want to try and get close to this beehive, this apiary. That's a bit weird. It might be better to have it more straight through to the other side, or even I don't want it to cut through too much of the field. Like I want there to still be very obvious sections to the fields. Might have to come in. Might have to bring it in straight first, but if I go in straight, then it's going to separate this top part of the field. Probably actually like bring it to here and then try and carry on straight. Would that work? Not sure. Also, what's eating that? Did opening this gate let a deer in or something? I might have to put a hunter on there. And yeah, I don't have enough gold to even run these things. But let's check out everything else while we're here. So I've moved the granaries and a warehouse. This rat catcher doesn't actually need to do much. He's not doing his job because there's rats here. But these granaries will all serve barns around here. I'll just check the fodder here. I guess the fodder's alright if I leave that field, so I might build some specific cattle fields. It seems like I had the thought that the fodder would deplete over time and that I would need to rotate the cows off it, but that seems like it's just staying at a reasonably high fodder percentage for quite a long time. So I might even move this barn then if I can build some specific fields. This one here I probably will move, and I'll build a specific field here for it. What I wanted to do is continue these trees out to meet up with this kind of little grain storage area, and then place some windmills down this road while filling out the back of it with trees, and also filling out this side with trees to kind of make it like a forested path. In the town, things are not looking too good. I think we're just having trouble getting things upgraded because I don't have a lot of gold, so I can't put it into upgrading things, so the desirability stays kind of low. I've moved the arborist and placed down a lot more fruit trees to kind of separate the undesirable buildings from the second marketplace that I put in. I kind of had to sacrifice some of that space. I'm not too worried about it. What I could end up doing is move this market up anyway, and then it would still capture these ones, you know, like the arc could still go through here, and then there'd only be a couple of houses to move. I've got a few storehouses or stockyards, and I've basically cleaned out everything from here. There's just a couple of roads that need cleaning up. Yeah, this, I don't know if this has been raided or if these houses just fell over. They probably just fell over. Most of these houses probably have no one living in them anyway, Only the ones that are really close to the market seem to still have people living in them. And so I will move that market plus a lot of those houses down to where this other bit is and kind of do it in this section. There's a medicinal roots here though, so I want to be careful about not destroying too much of that kind of stuff. I need to get more gatherers so that I can start picking those things up. Both of my cemeteries are full now, my graveyards, so I do have another one coming in whenever they get around to that. I'll leave this watchtower here, although I probably should move it. The thing is that my walls will probably move now. Like this wall is... oh, this wall is not here anymore. And this wall is not doing anything either. But right now I'm backed up into here, so... it'd be good if I could do like a diagonal wall, but I guess I'll probably... yeah, a diagonal wall would be amazing. Imagine if I could do that just from here to there. I might try a bit of a zigzag wall through here, and then yeah, I'll do that on the smallest point here. I'll put another wall. I'll move the wall basically. Yeah, rip all that out. This is all nothing. And then I can try and think about putting a wall across this hill or around it or something. Still thinking about that, but yeah, like I was saying earlier, I sort of feel like the game is not considering an approach from the other side to be valid. What's up with this wall? That should not be a funny wall like that. It should... oh, this one's done it too. I might have to move those walls if I want them to not be so weird. We'll see how that one comes out. All these fields, the fertility's going down, so I'm really going to have to do more clover on these fields and pick which oh man, what's going on here? Pick better, like which kind of crops we're growing. I don't think the compost yards can keep up with this. These ones that are nearly completely out, I'm just going to have to change to all clovers at some point. It might be that every year has a clover in it. Anyway, I'll try and sort that out. I've got a lot of these 1x3 garden trails poked around just to fill in gaps. It'd be good if I had some gold and then I could upgrade them. Soldier training, rat catcher, hospital, compost yards. The soldier training looks like it's using up a lot, and I think that's just on these watchtowers. It's just the cost of all the watchtowers. These ones here are all doing their job, so I don't really want to get rid of those. I'll have to put in more over here. So yeah, I just need to focus on getting these houses put in so that the taxes can go up. But this looks alright. It's laid out okay. I just need some gold so I can upgrade some of these gardens. And then hopefully the desirability goes up. I might have to replace some of the houses with parks and try and boost desirability that way. All of this is fine. This is actually working quite well. I think I need another foundry though. I'm not making enough iron bars. Yeah, I need more foundries. A lot of stuff's just like gone to crap. This game is, it sort of seems a bit brutal how things can fall apart, but I think it's actually a very easy game in terms of like, it's not very punishing. It knows when to punish you and how hard to punish you, but it's very forgiving is what I'm trying to say. You can get raided and things can look like they're going really badly, and then you can sort of slowly bring it back. It's a really, really well thought out and managed game. Like, you don't really see that a lot. A lot of games will just kind of chuck stuff at you. It's that kind of get good mentality. It's like the game is hard and it's just up to you to not be bad at it. This game challenges you, but it is forgiving. If you're not that good at it, it'll let you get away with some things and say, hey, look, this isn't really working out how you're supposed to do it, but we'll give you a lot of time and a lot of leeway to try and figure it out. So really, really good job by the developers in managing this kind of system and making it work the way it does. So yeah, things are sort of stabilized. I think we're gonna leave it there for today. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and comments if you've got anything you want to say. Yeah, see you next time.